Okay guys, so I was just so bored that I decided to watch this in-depth Nami laning phase guide from a master support coach. And let's see his video, let's rate his video. Let's see what happened in this video. Let's turn up the quality as well. This is the maximum, okay? Um, yeah, it's a little harder, yeah. I mean, Varus' all-in is not bad, especially with Pike. If he lasts its minion, his all-in is not that bad after buffs. And Pike is the thing that sort of allows him to have a good all-in, right? That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Atro starting with anything feels to be a bit bad, no? Because I assume he used his W as a fake leash earlier, I'm not sure. But in this matchup he can even Q start. Why do I even say that? If she doesn't hit her Q, they can't really punish with Pike's hook just because of the minions and they are two range champs that get to shove, right? From the other hand, if the Q hits into a Pike that's a bit cocky and tries to like hook, but the issue is when he charges up his hook, he slows himself. So Nami's Q is actually not that hard anymore to hit. Well, arguably, let's say if the hook hits right, but Nami bubbles the Pike, that can be a winning trade because he cannot get his Halo Blades off. As an example, if somehow he gets hooked, but he normally shouldn't with the minion cover. From the other hand, even if he gets to hit the Varus with his Q, that would be great because from one hand it's unexpected. Every Nami W starts for better short trades, but in this type of volatile matchups, you could even arguably Q start. Because like a lot of like this Varus player will play like Nami started with W. More than often they play in a way that so this was a bit of a weird play. I'm not sure why is he overstepping that much to poke. The thing is, normally Varus needs to E-start, right? Especially with Pike. And Varus could then just E there the wave and then he gets hooked. So, look. Like, he just ease in, he slows Nami and he can hit an accurate hook the Pike now. It's a bit even more accurate now with the buffed slow on Varus. I don't know why doesn't he just ease in, kills the minion. He has so much space to do it. I know that there is a small minion to cover, but it doesn't like really matters. And then he gets all in, then it's awkward because he's forced to recall. Uh, but the luck wasn't the minion pathing. That's what I'm looking at. The luck was that Varus somehow didn't press E. I don't know why. Just let's move on though. And it's a bit bad of a ward as well. Like Pike didn't even walk in this bush. Plus, it doesn't matter too much if he walks in this bush because they get level 2 anyways. The issue is they have Pike, and giving up a ward is really shit. Because right now the enemy bot didn't seemingly wish, so likely they are weak-sided. The other reason is simple. Junglers usually like to gank laners that have good gank setup, such as Spike, right? He got a hook, he got a stun, he got also slow, he got damage, they got damage beside the crowd control and engage. While also mid is just like a non-interactive matchup, and top lane is usually not worth to be ganked, and his gank setup is kinda weak as well. So generally speaking, the likeliness is very high that they're gonna be ganked. So I wouldn't just randomly ward this bush. I know he did it to reveal the Pyke. I'm not sure if Pyke was even inside, but it's not worth because you're gonna have enough control over the wave when it comes to pushing. And basically, just such a wasteful ward because he's gonna be zoned away anyways from the bush. Okay, so he's using minions correctly, right? He auto attacks in as well. Okay, that's good. Now level 2, does he make his Q? Wow, he's the inventor of never putting a point in the early game into Nami's Q. So um look, with exhaust it's a bit more consistent. Putting a point in your E is fine, but it usually won't give you a kill if they play correctly. Compared to as when you surprisingly get your level like in here he should be move before they like in here he's not in the best Q range right now, but he should be move forward when he was about to hit level 2. And basically like E is fine, but Q is a bit more consistent if it makes sense. Because in here if Varus flashed, it's like we don't really get a kill, right? Or if Pike hooks away, that's really like Varus may not even need to flash, right? I'm just not sure why is Pike not hooking. Oh, he just wanted to hook the Nami for no reason. Uh, but this is weird because Pike wasn't even tanking the Ezreal Qs or anything. I I don't know if this is a really a good example of a game because it's a bit weird. They didn't respect the level 2 in a matchup where they don't get level 2, the enemy team, then it's a bit weird, but let's keep watching. That's true, right? He walks into Janna Q. Wait, they have a brand and Janna bot, okay. So they trade into Ezreal, he missed W. Hmm. You know, that's a weird thing. Even if throw he walked into the Janna Q, it's actually fine. Because Nami's W does damage and heals. So it's actually one of those like very strong trading abilities. Although I would not recommend anyone to just walk in a straight line into a potential brand W Janna Q something. That might just be me, but I think he could just get traded on there for free. If he pressed her Q earlier before Nami presses W, then Brand looks for a W, but it's fine. Things worked out and it's not a big deal. Like even though there wasn't much punishment from the enemy team, this is fine because Nami has sustain and a strong positioning. Himself, what? I'm just like looking at this video, but I'm like, this is just like basic attack point and click W trading. Um, just like I'm just kind of like thinking. I was kind of like thinking like this is a guide, but it's like I guess it's helpful for a certain elo bracket, right? I guess trading with area if it matters. I mean, I guess some people don't know it. So this is what I have to learn in the hidden leaf village. Okay, so those are good trades, right? Weird thing is he didn't last hit the minions. Minus 1 point, no minion last hits. Didn't kill the minions. But why is Kaiser getting traded on this side by Nami? That's what I'm staring at as well. Also the weird thing is that Pike didn't even look for a hook. Let's look at Team Zivit back. You guys see this? This was... Wait, did I skip forward too much? Oh, I did accidentally skip forward, my bad. My bad. But it was so weird. Like, I think Kaisa was sweating for the plate. Oh, that's why he got traded on so hard. But then he basic attacked Nami and he also took a tower shot. Then Pike wasn't threatening a hook either, so he zones Nami away from poking, but I don't know, they want to push in the wave, I suppose. They want to push in the wave, okay. Yeah, that's true. Landing stun, active cooldowns, medicine. Like, this is a good video though. I may sound like I'm memeing this video, because some of the things are just weird. Like, I don't know how do I have to go to a hidden leaf village to learn how to basic attack W on Nami. And also, like, the beginning of the video in here was a bit sus. With the Varus not eating the wave, then Pike didn't hook, then Pike didn't even hook away the Ezreal when Varus got all in, which was, and he wasn't tanking Siege, I don't know, that was so weird, but... Yeah, they had to be, so it's less likely they're gonna get level 2. Ooh, but the way he walked into that, oh my god. What if Rel W's there? Oh my god. That was a bit sussy. He almost walked into the... Okay, so it's just pacing, right? He's trying to bait, like, he's actually trying to bait Rise level, yeah, it's fine actually. My bad, my bad, my bad. You don't really wanna contest anything right now. Because they are level 2 in 1 minion. Oh no, in 1 minion, my bad. But soon. Oh god, no! No, no, not in 1 minion, my bad, but... Oh my, oh my god. But they're level soon, 2 very soon. Oh, I didn't know it, okay. Oh, yeah, she blocks every skill shot, by the way. But Senna's Q, for example, is not a skill shot. So, non-skill shot projectiles, non-projectile effects, right? So it says non-turret and non-turret effects are getting destroyed, but projectiles are destroyed like completely, right? Yeah, that's a bit toxic, right? No, what? Oh god, no, 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 no. And the issue is, even if he has abilities up, what's he gonna do? I think he just gets back there. Like, if he gets caught in that Relda, I don't know. Like, let's say he has E or Q up, but I guess he could predict the Q and maybe look for trade with Ezreal, but it's... Yeah, it's a bit sus. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. The issue is if Samira steps up to Rel, because Rel presses E, then she could W the bubble even if the bubble is up. What do I even mean by that? Let's go back to the bit in the time. So when Samira is nearby Rel, right? Um, obviously she gonna use her speed up ability Rel. Rel gets peeled by Samira's W there, watch. So in here if he wants to Q on her, it's just not gonna work. Right? Now, hypothetically, um, let's say Nami doesn't Q in here, doesn't get blocked, she could Q under herself. Uh, but you need to have a good timing for that because Nami's Q is a bit delayed. And also you got to get the precise point of her landing, if it makes sense. Because if she just... it's a bit flippy, because if she... Depends where she lands, you know, it's always about the landing spot. Because it's quite of a wide AoE effect. Because what I'm thinking of, like, Samira was sort of in E-range as well, but she backed up for some reason when Ral was engaging, so I'm pretty much confident that she can E and W the Nami bubble, no. Which is kinda inconsistent to actually fight over all the Ral where she goes in, because I think if Samira gets to E in, she was kinda like in E-range if she walked in a bit more in her. I'm kinda like she could just W that anyways, no? Because what I'm thinking of, like, if she even, like, if Rel hits her W, then it just bad, I think. Because even if she gets knocked up, it just sucks. Because usually they go Tenacity on Rel, then they get the slow from Glacial, then they catch up to Q anyways, that's what I'm thinking of. So I don't know if that's gonna do enough. They're just very strong bot laners, Samira and Rel, and mainly want to scale. You don't want to force too hard. Unless you really wanna predict her W with your Q on Nami and maybe look for some plays, but I just don't know, it's just weird in my opinion. That's true. That's true. Now one weird thing I noticed, he doesn't really like to use his E to speed himself up to close the gap to use his W. Look, like in here he could Benny himself, watch. Earlier on he could Benny himself to close the gap and then look for a W, that's what many Nami players don't do. Um, but now Rel kinda walked into his W, that's the truth. Like look. But normally if you can't reach, Yuri usually speeds you up. If you need just an elbow grease, then you can W. Chat Thundercock. I think his editor does a good job though, no? Okay, Bomba. I think he didn't step up in time, honestly. He had a minion wave, no? I'm, I mean, I'm sure I think Ezreal gonna die anyways, but, mm-hmm. Wait, what? Wait, the AD carry, what? Did the AD carry die? So I need he should ban actually step up Graves' positioning. I think he should ban actually step up very soon to push Ezreal out of the tower. Think it's just like his positioning was a little bad in here, no? Or like at least like he could Look, what happens? He can look. This is a simple prediction. It's not hard. What happens if Ezreal is upwards when Graves use? He dies, right? Now his safer spot is arguably under tower. So if you wanna be a bit more tricky, you could predict his E. Because now arguably he could E like this as well, but then that means that's a shitty spot for him, right? So no, generally speaking, they always E in here, right? um, okay. Now this has walked a bit more inner and eat here, which is weird but respectable, right? But that's like a small prediction you can go for. Then he hit his bubble anyways, but did Jinx die there? Did I see it correctly? Did Jinx die there? I think sadly she died. Oh, we didn't see what happened exactly there. I'm not sure if Ezreal lived there or not. I mean, she's not supposed to die, right? Didn't die, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. I think his editor is decent, right?
So Nami high elo tip number 3. Using her E. It's not that simple. You shouldn't always use your A to keep your ADC in the enemy's instead. During laning phase, using it on yourself is actually probably the best way to use it. You can slow them for a longer duration since your auto attacks are slower, and even do your own burst combos, like a E auto W into Q. There are also some very useful interactions with the E on abilities and projectiles.
That's true.
His E will still apply on abilities that are mid-projectile or haven't hit the enemy yet. Apply this AoE abilities and guess what? You get plus 30 damage on all of their targets, and if you hit
That's true.
3 targets or more, that's essentially 90 damage with just one pop of E. Talk about a value. This is especially useful if your ADC is someone like Caitlyn or Lucian and you want to hard shove the wave. Simply press E on them as their Q animation starts, and you have even more push power than you know what to do.
Although I'm not sure if that 13 damage gonna push so hard, but definitely it's a useful thing. I mean, there are Q wave clears as well, but I assume in some scenarios that 13 damage helps, but you can also keep it for under tower traits instead of using it on the minions because on AoE abilities the damage from Nami C is quite diminishing. Um, so when it hits like sort of these multi-targets minions, right? So I'm kind of like, isn't it a little better if he actually spares his E in case if he's looking for under tower traits? If you have like a Kate, right? You play Kate Nami for example. I'm just not like I guess you get like multiple like 3 procs of your E, so the 13 does stack up. Like it's decent for wave clear, but sometimes I'm kind of like isn't it a little better to keep it for under tower trades? Because like you can like push pretty much anyways as well. That's what I'm kind of like thinking of, no?
Ooh.
But I assume like your E doesn't have like much cooldown anyways, right?
Nami's E is especially potent when you know you're going to win. Maxing E as the first ability will give you incredible kill potential by increasing your damage and slow percentage. So definitely consider it before you start maxing W by default. Not to mention the movement speed given by your passive, using it effectively is one of the key things to playing Nami extremely well. Before you leave this video, you want to take a look at your page and let me show you some really useful.
Scorch, Mana Flow, Ben, Celerity. I mean, is Celerity really needed over the alternative option of getting cooldown? Isn't 10 cooldown better than speed on Nami? I'm not sure, cause like does that like speed provide enough or I think just the cooldown one is just a bit better, no? Or is it just me? Might just be me though.
A bit of key for Nami. Rarity is going to be very potent. As I mentioned earlier, it helps with constant harassment and sustained trading. Celerity will help not only in late game, but also movement speed utility, and for repositioning and movement around the map. For secondaries, I like Biscuit and Cosmic, but you can also run Revitalize and Brimstone.
Yeah, I've seen some people doing that as well.
These will help you dominate your lane even harder than you already do, which is really really good first level, especially with this Magi build. If you've never seen this Nami video, it was quite fun to test out. I really enjoy the Magi build, either just rushing it or doing right after Mandate.
I mean, rushing it is a bit sus because if you lose them, then you delay your first item by a lot, so that's very inconsistent. You can get Dark Seal, but the whole Magi is sus.
It makes for a really reliable swing. Other good support items you could run are Shrodia to seal ability instead of Hunter, allowing barrier whatnot. And you can also run Moonstone for when you're playing flanking offense, where you have a tank, actually most tank, and right many assassins. But in this meta, I doubt that. The last one would really be Gabadons, because you're the carry and you're gonna have to play with that insanely cheap buff. And just imagine you're pressing E and W just one shot on your team. Nothing beats that really. Now, if you're looking for personalized coaching, make sure to contact me on Discord. I'll have it pinned down in the comments below. Thanks.
I think it's a good video. Um, think there were some sus moments here and there. It's an educational AD carry video, okay? Like, or support, my bad support. I think it's fine, like it's alright. It's alright, like, I don't hate it. It's educational, but some of the things are like basic second press W Nami, and I just don't know. That's just like, I guess like some people need that. I don't know honestly. Like partially it's educational with the ability with learning people's the matchup abilities they have to respect. Like I think there are like bunch of educational contents you can find here and there and what to do, what not to do. I think it's like alright, like I think it's fine.